Hi, and welcome back to Cheap and Beat with Taryn. I'm Taryn. Hey, y'all. If my tongue is yellow, it's because I'm having me a little cheese and fruit snack. I'm sorry, I'm hungry. How y'all doing? If you are new here, welcome to Cheap and Beat. If you are not, welcome back. I missed you, stink. How was your week? Tell me about it. I'm listening. I don't know what's happening up here. I need to retwist my hair, so we just put a little scarf. We gonna keep it pushing. Y'all know how I go. You know how I be. First, let's start off by saying if you are not subscribed yet, why? What? You need to go ahead and click that subscribe button because you ain't finna get this kind of energy anywhere else, okay? Also, while we're here, go ahead and like this video and then tell your friends, tell your mama by sharing because 2021 finna be what? Our year, okay. So, like I said last week, I will be discussing my top 5 favorite affordable brands today, but also I want to get up in this Milani cream to powder foundation. When I first saw it, I got very excited because I thought it would be a dupe for the KVD Good Apple foundation, but KVD is promoting that as a like foundation bomb. I think the fact that it has more of a powder finish doesn't make it an exact dupe for the KVD Good Apple foundation, but if you are looking for that kind of vibe, you know what I mean? I feel like this might be a cute little pickup and we're gonna try it out in a minute. The KVD foundation is, I think, like $38, but this one, like the Milani one, is like $11, so I don't got $38 for foundation. So I don't know, I'm excited to try it out. Y'all already know I'm finna zoom in a little bit because I thought I started off zoomed in, but I did not. So let's zoom in. You are very close. I actually zoomed in a little closer and I was like, that's a little close. Like a little close. So I zoomed you out a little bit. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my eyebrows on and then we're gonna come back and do the rest of the face. I already showed you how to do my eyebrows last week and it's really not that interesting. If you are interested, please go back and watch last week's video. But I am gonna use the LA Colors brow gel, well, the brow cream gel. Is that the theme of today's video, is like using something that becomes something else later? I don't know. But this is the color Deep Brown and this is from my Dollar Tree haul, which is in my Instagram highlights. All right, I'm gonna do my brows. I'll be right back. All right, now I have on brows. We are going to start with what? The face today. We usually start with the eyes, but we're gonna start with the face. Why? Because I'm not gonna do a day-long wear test because I have nowhere to go. We are in a pandemic, which means I wanna wear test this foundation through the process of doing my makeup, which usually takes 1 to 2 hours. So you'll at least get a little bit of a wear test. I don't know if that's like good enough, but that's what you're gonna get today. All right, so let's get to discussing my favorite brands. All right, so these are gonna be in no particular order, but because I'm using these products to prime, these are the first 2 brands I'm talking about. The first is gonna be e.l.f. Y'all already know how I feel about e.l.f. I love e.l.f. I love their products, I love their formulations, I love their branding. I just love them as a company. Oh, and we're gonna use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer to prime today. I love them because they make good stuff that's very affordable, but also they were kind of like my gateway drug into putting on makeup and kind of becoming what this is today. When I first started wearing makeup, I was working 2 or 3 part-time jobs and had no money. Like, I was struggling. I was like, I think I was still in college, but it was just really hard because I loved the look of like all the beauty gurus I was watching, but I couldn't afford their products. And so I started kind of researching and I stumbled upon e.l.f. and I picked up a couple of the things. It wasn't like I couldn't ball out still, but they had like $3 products, like $4.50 for foundation, like stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I tried it and I looked great. And I was getting all these compliments and I was like, oh, this is really a vibe. So like e.l.f. was definitely the thing that got me in the makeup game and they keep raising the bar. Like they have a lot of new products out. Because we're in a pandemic, I don't tend to go out often. So when I do, I grab what I can. So I am gonna grab most of their new drops very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. While I'm priming, I'm also gonna spray on, I'm running out, I need to get some more, my Milani Make It Last spray. I'm just gonna spray that on over top of my foundation, over top of my primer. I wish I would have did this in better order, but yeah, so back to e.l.f. I love what e.l.f. is able to accomplish for the price point. And I feel like more people, like a lot of people understand where I'm coming from, because they are in the same, most people are in the same boat as me, and they understand that makeup is like expensive. I was gonna say offensive. Offensively expensive sometimes, and I feel like e.l.f. really does do a good job in keeping it very affordable, but you're not just getting like the bottom of the barrel, the weird foundation that kind of smells off. No, you're getting quality products, and I love that about them. Another one of my favorite affordable brands that we're trying out today is gonna be Milani. So I am gonna try the cream to powder foundation, like I said. This is the color 275 Amber, and I also have 270 Tan. This one's a little too light for me. This is what it looks like. You can see I kind of swatched it a little bit. It's like a little compact. It comes with the foundation, and it comes with one of those little like puffs, and then a mirror. I mean, listen, if you come with a mirror, you already got my heart. For this kind of formula, I'm gonna use a brush. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush to put the foundation on. I love Milani's products. So Milani has like, how can I say this? Milani stuff can be a little pricey. For example, this foundation is, dig a little harder, get up in there, cause I ain't seeing nothing. This is a light coverage foundation. Let's just read a little bit about the foundation while I put it on. So it is a complexion perfector that glides on as a cream, magically morphs into a foundation with a soft, matte, camera-ready finish. I'm reading this from Ulta.com, by the way. It has lily and bamboo extracts to control, I'm reading it sideways. I'm a good reader sometimes. Extracts to control the shine and keep skin on point wherever the day takes you. Oh, child. I'm just gonna flip my phone over. I was struggling. Antioxidant-rich vitamins A and E and green tea help protect the skin. So this is lightweight, buildable coverage, soft matte finish, and it's available in 22 shades, which is really good. I feel like the shade right after this one would be too dark for me. I feel like we're getting a good shade match today. When I first tried it, it was not a good shade match, but I think it was like I didn't have any primer or anything on. But I do think they could go a little more deep. Like I feel like they can lean more into the deep side, but overall I do think they have a pretty decent shade range. Not the best, but it's decent. Now, anyway, back to Milani. I like Milani's products because Milani's products can feel luxe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can make you feel like you spent some coin, when in retrospect, they're really not that expensive. And I do think they have really good stuff. I love their eyeshadow palettes. I think they have really good palettes. Their blushes, baby. You lied if you say you've never looked at a Milani blush like I need that in my life. You're lying if you say you never said that, because they have some of the cutest blushes in great shades. How you think? I think it looks pretty cute. I do have like a couple bumps here and there, and they are out in full effect with this foundation on, but again, we have texture, we are human, it is fine. I don't know, I think it's cute. I wish I would be able to use the products in order, but because I'm kind of all over the place with what I'm using and for what, I'm gonna keep jumping in and out of brands. But we talked about Milani and we talked about e.l.f. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the color Medium Beige to highlight today. e.l.f.'s concealers are just, I mean, honestly, e.l.f.'s foundation products are some of my favorite. I mean, honorable mention, I decided I'm gonna do my top 5 favorite brands. And I know we already talked about e.l.f. and Milani, but honorable mention goes to Real Techniques and their sponges. I love Real Techniques sponges. I actually, oddly enough, have never owned any of the Real Techniques brushes. And just saying that out loud makes me feel really weird about it. So I probably will be going or like ordering some of those like really soon. Come on, camera. The way this concealer blends out is heavenly. Like, I love this concealer so much. So I feel like as far as the foundation goes, it's holding up okay. It is kind of separating on my forehead when I put the like concealer on it, which is kind of weird. It's also giving me mega crease on my smile lines already, which I have very creasy smile lines to begin with, so that I'm used to, but I don't love it so quick because it's only been on for a few minutes. To set my concealer, and I just remember I did not powder my face. I keep telling y'all I'm gonna powder my face just for the video, but because I don't tend to want to make my foundation last long because I wipe it right off, I don't tend to powder. But if you're going somewhere, you need your makeup to last, please powder your face with a translucent powder or a color your complexion face powder, something like that. So let's get into my next favorite brand while we talking about it. Y'all already know how much I love Maybelline, and specifically the Maybelline Fit Me line. It is my baby girl, my baby boy, my baby, like, it is just like my baby, okay? I use these products religiously. Mostly it is the face powder, which I use 355 coconut, and the setting powder or the loose powder, which I usually use as a banana powder, and I use medium deep. These are just recommended to anybody. I got my mama using it. I got my best friend using it. I recommend to, and my sister's using it. Anybody who will listen, I recommend these products. Why? Because they work and they're affordable. Okay, I forgot to powder my face, but trust and believe, if I were to powder, it would be this one, okay? Also, let me tell you something. For about 2 years straight, the only foundation I wore was the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Chef's kiss. I still, if I'm traveling, if I'm going somewhere, if I don't know what the vibe is, I don't care what it is. That foundation, this powder, this loose powder are always with me. So with that being said, what we gonna use to set our concealer? Maybelline Fit Me, girl. Maybelline Fit Me. Also, I just want to say, when I say girl, I'm using the colloquial girl and not the gender specific girl. I am not trying to alienate. I'm not trying to alienate anybody from my videos, because trust and believe, if you like makeup, you wear makeup. I don't give a what gender you are, what gender you were assigned. Okay, my videos are for everybody and I love everybody. But what I'm really saying is like the colloquial girl, not necessarily like gender specific female, you know? Anyway, let's get this powder on. That was just a lot. I just don't want you to feel like, I'm just gonna get that on with a loose brush, because I do not bake. I used to bake. I used to be a heavy, call me Betty Crocker, because I used to be up here baking, and I do not do that anymore because I was like, why is my face so dry? Because you was doing a lot. Okay, I went ahead and bronze because, I mean, if you know what bronzer I use. And while that brand might not be one of my favorite affordable brands, I do like their products. I just don't think they have a large enough array for me to like really just sit here and like talk about them being one of my favorite affordable brands. But if you know, you know. All right, so let's get some blush on. For blush, because I was just ranting and raving about it, we're gonna use the Milani blush. This is in the color, oh, I almost dropped it, Coral Cove. I mean, their blushes are so freaking pretty. Now, I will say this foundation is starting to break down up here. I don't know if you can see it. You can't really see it because of the light, but all of this is like, there is a hole in the foundation. Like it will not stick to this part of my forehead. I don't know why, but it's not looking good. It's not looking promising. So I'm gonna do my highlight, everything after I put on my eyes. I'm actually gonna use the same e.l.f. concealer that I actually use to carve out my brows and to highlight as my eyelid primer, because I dropped a little bit. Because this is just how I roll. We've got a rebel on our hands, people. Guys, I mean, my smile lines are so defined and it's like almost no saving them. For eyes today, we're gonna use another brand I wanna talk to y'all about because I don't see enough people talking about it, and it is Profusion Cosmetics. They have some of the dopest and affordable stuff. I really like their stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like they have some really amazingly pigmented eyeshadows. I like their blushes. I think that's kind of all I have right now is a couple eyeshadow palettes and a couple blush palettes. But what I do have of them, I really like it. Let's get these eyes on while we discuss Profusion Cosmetics. Sorry, and I put my blush on with the Judy brush from Crayon Case. I forgot to say that. The first palette I'm gonna use for my eyes today is gonna be the Profusion's Royals palette. This has always been one of my favorite palettes. I actually have two because I broke up one of them and like one of the colors broke and I was like, that's fine, I'll just buy another one, it's fine. So I am gonna go in with this navy blue right here called Enigma, but look how pretty those colors are. And they are very, very pigmented. I'm taking that on a MSQ eyeshadow brush. Y'all know it was a little card. I threw the little card away. I have no idea what the actual name of this brush, but this was from the MSQ set. I'll go ahead and I'll link them below. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't get any money, but I just feel like I do a terrible job at explaining what brushes these are. So I'll put the link down below. We're gonna do a halo eye with this blue. So we're gonna put it on the outer part of our lid and the inner part. I stumbled upon Profusion Cosmetics, in specific, this palette in Target one day, because as one does, I'm just walking aimlessly through Target and I picked it up, and when I brought it home to use it, I was like, this color payoff is unreal, like unreal. I mean, look at that. That's one dip. And it's so dope because they're so affordable. Let me see how much exactly this palette is, because I need y'all to know. This palette, the Royals palette, is $5. Yes, you heard me right, $5 on their website. Every color in this palette is so deeply pigmented, and I can say that about every palette that I use from them. And I know what you're thinking, like, Taryn, you're just talking eyeshadow, but you're saying they're one of your favorite affordable brands. To keep it a buck with you, most of my opinion, like, I don't know if I can trust the rest of the stuff you put out if your eyeshadows are not pigmented. They just have good stuff, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about them, which kind of makes me sad because they got fire. Like, they have fire. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Profusion's Pro Pigment palette. As you can see, it is well loved because I usually take this with me everywhere I go because y'all know I love a good purple eye. But my favorite color on this palette is this color, right there, Jive. It is the prettiest pink I've ever seen. And this palette is $10, and I know $10 might seem a little steep, but it's kind of not, because there are 4. There are 21 shades in this palette. It actually came with a brush as well. I washed all my brushes. I don't feel like looking for it, but it did come with a dual-sided brush, like the old school palettes. But I mean, the brush is dope, so I do use the brush. Jive color is gonna be the center of our lid color. Watch this, y'all. Watch how, you have got to be kidding me. This is such a pretty color. I simply cannot. Like, I simply cannot. This pink is like a game changer for me. I felt like I had to wear this pink. Like, when I used this pink for the first time, I was like, I need to know every opportunity I can use, like I have, to wear this pink, because this pink needs to be seen by everyone, everywhere. So I'm gonna take a clean e.l.f. detail brush and blend around the top of that, just so it's not such a harsh line. There's no eyeshadow in this brush. I'm just kind of breaking up that really hard line that I had at the top. We're gonna use an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, this little flat kind of dense one, and we're actually going to go underneath the eye and do the same pattern. So the Enigma, that navy blue, and then right in the middle we gonna take that pink and stick it right there. Real simple, real cute, real classy. So let's do a foundation check-in while, you know what I mean, we're here. These smile lines are just here, okay? This forehead patch is just unfixable. That's just a quick little check-in with this foundation. All right, let's line our eyes now. Let's discuss NYX. Or NYX. I've heard it different ways. I've always called it NYX. NYX used to be one of my favorite brands, and I still think they put out really, really, really good stuff. However, I do not tend to buy a lot of NYX stuff anymore because the price point has got a little high. They are still very affordable. They're just not within my range of like buying a whole line of products, you know what I mean? Because they can get a little up there. But I will say I am going to use this NYX white liner. It is so good. I love it so much. Okay. I'm extra. So while I was putting on the eyeliner, I had got a dot somewhere. So that dot turned into stars. And I literally just used the tip of the eyeliner pen and made like little tiny dots. And then I made like little crosses to kind of look like the twinkle of a star. And that's really it. I'm gonna put on a little brown liner so that we can do these lips. So I'm gonna use my NYX Liquid Lip Suede in the color Soft Spoken. I used to wear this color every single day. I used to mix this color with another color and that was like my everyday lip combo. I loved it so much. For highlighter today, I'm using my NYX Duochrome Illuminating Powder in the color Lavender Steel, which is such a pretty purple highlight, I'm telling you. Check me out, check me out. You ready? You ready? You ain't seen ready. Oh, baby. Somebody said, I forget which influencer or beauty guru said that we don't really do powder highlighters anymore. And I was like, I didn't get the memo. No one told me. I can't just turn this love off. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at them smile lines. Oh, look at them. Look at them. What's my last top 5? While we discuss, I'm gonna be putting on my lashes. Another honorable mention is like the lash brand that I wear all the time, and it's the Ioni lashes. They're at the Dollar Tree. They also have an online store. I encourage you to check them out. But I don't know, I just really like their lashes. So that's what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the color, I mean, not the color. I'm wearing Natural Doll Medium, which is these little babies, because I love my eye look and I'm not trying to like interfere. So my 5th and final like top 5 affordable brand, it absolutely has to be, and I feel terrible because I didn't use any of the products from this brand in this video. I don't feel terrible because I use them all the time. It's Makeup Revolution. I absolutely love Makeup Revolution. My favorite stick foundation to use was the Makeup Revolution. Oh my gosh, I love that foundation so much. I still do. I actually have a couple of their foundations. I've used them in previous videos, but I just think they make really good products. The eyeshadow palettes are gorgeous, pigmented, dope. This palette I have used in previous videos has every color I need, and it's so easy to travel with that when I do want to travel with a rainbow matte palette, I usually do, I take this one because it's so handy. Everything is so freaking affordable. Like the palette I just showed you is $8. Everything is so affordable, but it also has that little twist on it, a little twang. You know what I mean? They have a lot of food-centric like items, which I'm like here for because you know, she thick. She like to eat. And I be like, ooh, it look like avocado. Like, I'm allergic to the real ones, but I like the little makeup ones. All right, y'all, we zoomed out, so you know what that means. It's wrap up time. If you see my lash lifting, no, you don't. No, you don't. I feel like a cartoon princess and I live for it, okay? As far as this foundation goes, I'm glad we did a wear test in the house because I don't know how well it would work out like in everyday life. I don't feel like it would stand up, especially in the summertime. I feel like it would just start separating everywhere, but I'm not going to like count it out just yet. I don't know, little Miss Milani cream to powder. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about you. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me ramble about my top 5 favorite affordable brands. There are plenty of honorable mentions in there. I will be using, for example, BH Cosmetics, one of my babies, Wet n Wild. I love her to death. Ooh, baby, and Black Radiance. Oh, I cannot wait to get up into Black Radiance because Black Radiance had some fire, okay? But otherwise, yes, we are done, boo. This look is giving astronauts. It is giving Interstellar. None of this video was paid promotion. I am not affiliated with any brands. I just needed you to know what I be looking for when I go to the store. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, please like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. Otherwise, I love you. Good bye. I think this is the last hand heart you're gonna get, so enjoy this little moment. Do my finger hearts. I do my finger hearts. Now I'm gonna keep doing my finger hearts because you know I love my finger hearts. These smile lines are making me depressed. Love you. Bye.